telling us what's happening on the battlefield based on what Putin tells him. This is a stupid game. Every single day, it's we're going to invade Greenland, we're going to make Canada the 51st state.
Let's watch a few clips of former Democratic Congressman Tom Malinowski on CNN sounding off on the blatant incompetence and corruption from the Trump administration with the Social Security cuts, with all of his just rampant claims. So take a moment, leave us a like, helps our channel a lot, helps the video grow, and let's hop into the clips.
This is a stupid game. It's silly, it's dumb, but there are important issues that the president should be focused on right now around the world, including the war in Ukraine, including the situation with China and Taiwan. And every single day, it's we're going to invade Greenland, we're going to make Canada the 51st state, we're going to take away people's security clearances for the second or third time, because that's the drama that I want to talk about on Friday, rather than closing Social Security offices or inflation going up. I mean, why are we even talking about this trivial, silly, stupid stuff that the entertainer-in-chief wants us to be talking about?
And yet, Trump has simply realized he can cover up his failures, cover up his shortcomings by just doing brash, wild things for TV or doing the partisan, woke left is evil thing for clips. So when we get a report that, hey, inflation is still climbing, something he said he would fix on day one, when people are angry about the Medicaid cut, something he promised he wouldn't touch, when Trump's cabinet is saying, well, I don't know if people would miss Social Security, as if they're going to cut it, as they're planning to cut staff and field offices and more, he can just say, but Biden was old, wasn't he? Or Canada will be the 51st state. And that takes over the airwaves, not the, oh, hey, Trump's Commerce Secretary literally said that people who cry about Social Security are doing fraud. But it does speak to a larger issue in terms of our geopolitical strategy at this point, which is seemingly to threaten and bully our allies, much more so than we do our enemies. Hope that this makes our allies completely submissive to our demands. Maybe it scares our enemies into like, oh, we don't know what he's going to do next. And, just ignore the big world powers that we're constantly competing with on multiple levels, militarily, economically, whatever. And, maybe it'll all work itself out.
You know who I wish had access to classified information? Donald Trump. Because the President of the United States is out there talking about, for example, the war in Ukraine, and telling us what's happening on the battlefield based on what Putin tells him, and not based on what our intelligence community tells him, not based on the classified information that he's supposed to have.
It is funny to me that after years of saying Biden isn't running the country, Biden has no idea what's going on, that Trump now seemingly actually has little to no idea of what is actually going on, taking a backseat to Elon Musk and his cabinet actually running things. He was asked about when he ignored the judge's order on the deportation flight the other day, and he's literally, like almost verbatim, says, well, I don't know when it was signed because that wasn't me that signed it. Okay, who did then? Right? Because that kind of matters. Where would it make sense then that Trump is one, going after Biden for the pardons that he signed with an auto pen, if clearly Trump's stuff is getting signed with an auto pen or just by somebody else? I mean, like, can we expand on this? But it does begin to make things make sense, like him touting the position he holds on the Russia-Ukraine conflict that happens to not line up with any bit of accurate historical analysis or U.S. intelligence on the matter. It's because he has no idea what those things are. So instead, he's just regurgitating what Putin tells him on the phone.
It's pretty clear to me from watching the events of the past 24 hours that that's exactly what Musk was headed in to go do. I'm not sure the president knew about it. And that when the Times reported it and the Wall Street Journal and others confirmed it along the way, they changed the nature of the meeting.
You agree with that?
Well, I do. And one tell is that Musk said today that this was a leak and the people who leaked it will be prosecuted. Now, you don't get prosecuted for leaking a made-up story. You might get, criticized for it, but a leak is something that is true that you're not supposed to tell.
Few really important things to stress on here. They're talking about reporting with multiple sources that Elon Musk was getting briefed for a meeting about high-level secrets pertaining potential war with China, which begs the question, why the hell would he ever need to know anything pertaining that? And when Pentagon officials, heeding this question, raised the alarm, the administration freaks out, pretends it was all a misunderstanding and they're being targeted and lied and and changed course. It also, again, then begs the question, well, what else are you hiding from us? If you were so clearly this willing to cover this up, to just not tell us what was going on, what else are you letting Musk in on? What else are you just lying to the public about? And then what lengths would you go to cover that up? Like you did here. Another thing is an Elon saying that whoever leaked this will be prosecuted. Federal whistleblowers are protected by law. The idea that if you come out and sound the alarm about something the government is doing that isn't like a high level classified secret, that then the government could come and prosecute you is absolutely draconian as it comes. And it's the furthest thing from free speech I've ever heard in my life. I love how it's taken less than 60 days for Elon Musk to completely destroy any credibility he had as the free speech warrior that the right tried to prop him up as by just giving him like the least bit of power.